welcome to another edition to the Superfan Addicts podcast. I'm your host, Ray Showdawg Prisby, and we have a hot show for y'all tonight. So let's go ahead and get started by introducing the starting lineup. He's got a voice that can melt hearts and lyrics that hit harder than a Nick Chubb strip arm, and Brown's gear in every shade of orange. Singer, songwriter, and certified middle child, which means she's always been fighting for attention, and she's got it tonight, baby. Whether she's hitting high notes or hitting high fives after a Cleveland Browns touchdown, middle child, aka Kanisha, brings soul, style, and straight dog pound energy. Make some noise for the one, the only middle child.
Hey.
Now stepping into the dog pound spotlight, it's Brian Clifton, president of the Greater Cincinnati Browns Packers. That's right, he's repping Browns right in the heart of Bengals country. That's like a pit bull at a poodle party. This man's love for the Browns is so real, he once tried to draft Nick Chubb to his bowling team. He got more Browns gear than the team store and more loyalty than a retriever on Red Bull. So put your hands, your paws, your foam bones together for the man who was barking year round, Brian Backer Boss Clifton.
Ooh, what an intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself because entering the dog pound with a clipboard in one hand and a Cleveland Brown foam finger in the other, it's Tim Firstborn Waller. Born and raised in Ohio, this man tackles mental health stigma the same way Myles Garrett tackles quarterbacks. Fast, fierce, and with zero chill. He's founder of Mutual Healing Ground Mental Health Services because even your feelings need a game plan. Tim's such a Browns fan, he tried to get his dog in therapy. Let's give it up for the man who's feeling minds and screaming. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Tim Firstborn Waller.
Good evening, super fans.
And last but certainly not least, straight out of Maryland, but made in the land, give it up for the man who drops bars like blitzes. DJ Hazmat. He started spinning records and never looked back, except to rewind his old Browns game day rap recap. That's right, every week this man drops more heat than Myles Garrett in the fourth quarter. Raised in Cleveland, baptized in Browns heartbreak, and still here barking louder than a pit bull at a mail truck. He's not just a DJ, he's a soundtrack that our Sunday victories and Monday meltdowns. Make some noise for the one, the only DJ Hazmat.
Hello, how you doing? Came with my own sound effect.
Oh,
that's right.
Man, Dustin, every time you always come in late and I don't get to do your introduction. Would you like to hear your introduction since you don't came in late?
No,
I'll email it to you. Don't even worry about it. But real quick, before we start the show, let's go around the room and I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves. And if you got something coming up, events, whatever, you can go ahead. We're going to start ladies first. Go ahead, Brown's Mama Bear.
Yes. At Brown's Mama Bear. That's where you can find me on TikTok. I just started getting on there, shouting at the people about a couple things that come across the table regarding the Browns. During Brown season, that's kind of what I consider myself, the Mama Bear of the Browns. Right behind me, you'll see this little QR code hanging up. We are getting ready for our Pickerington Marching Tigers that are going to London. I have a daughter that plays the tuba in the marching band, so I get to watch football and hear music. Best of both worlds. So if you're trying to donate to that, that's the Jolie London funding. They're going to be marching in the New Year's Day parade in London on the 1st of 2026. So we're just getting ready for that. Every little dollar helps. But I'm your girl, Brown's Mama Bear.
All right. Brian Clifton, what's going on with them Cincinnati Browns backers?
How's it going, guys? My name is Brian Clifton. As Ray said, I am the president of the Greater Cincinnati Browns backers. I have been the president since 2019. Our chapter has been around since the 80s. And then when we folded in the 90s, we were one of the first chapters to be reestablished back outside of Cleveland. And that's about it.
Okay. Tim Waller, what's going on? Hey, I hate to tell you, Tim, that's a tagline. That
What's
introduction.
that?
Hold on. I gotta go back to it. Hold on. Because when I read it, I was like, wait a minute, wait. That's a tagline. Hold on. Wait. Hey, go ahead and talk about what you want to do. I'll find it.
Okay. Well, yeah, like you said earlier, I'm the founder of Mutual Healing Ground, and you can find us at mymutualhealing.com. I'm looking forward to the upcoming school year to go into the schools with my programming and teaching our youth, how to process their emotions. And we work with kids from K through 12, and looking forward to this school year to make a big impact in our community like we did last year.
Okay, I found it. Even your feelings need a game plan. I love
There
it.
you go.
And
Yeah,
I love that.
I didn't earn it. I can't even claim it. I got that from Chat GTP. So
And then you won't mind me taking it.
You wanted it yours. Yeah, Hazmat, what's going on with you, sir?
Hey, what's going on? I'm DJ Hazmat. Like he said, born in Maryland, raised in Cleveland, Ohio. You can catch me on 93.1 WZAK on the weekends. Every Saturday from 8 to midnight, I do a mix show. I'm on the turntables for 4 hours. And on Sundays, I'm on from 12 to 2 every Sunday on 93.1 WZAK right there in Cleveland. Right now, I'm located in Atlanta, but still repping them dogs.
That's right.
Dustin, my friend, what's going on with you, D?
Running around today. Sorry I came in late, guys. Obviously, I'm the co-host of the Here We Go Brownies podcast here in Cleveland. Also, the Avon Lake Brownsbacker president, and also work for 92.3 The Fan, WQAL, WDOK, and WNTX here in Cleveland as a marketing executive.
Okay.
What's up, Dustin?
Hazmat, it's been a minute, brother.
I know, right?
I swear
Hey,
to God.
y'all catch up after the show. We got.
I just had to speak to him.
Let's get into it.
I know Dustin.
We got some hot topics. So, hey, let's just jump right in it. Law and Order star Elliot Stabler. Some of y'all know him by, but his real name is Christopher Maloney. He was at Browns camp. And I don't know, when I first seen this, the first thing I thought of, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. That's what I thought of. I mean, that was the first thing that hit my mind. And if you know the movie, then you know what I'm talking about. But no, so I guess the question that I have for you individuals tonight, what's this all about? We got celebrities showing up at training camp now. What do you guys think that's all about? Go ahead, Browns mama. We're gonna let you go first.
Oh well, I hear tell he's about to play a coach in a movie, and so he wants to study. I guess I don't know why he's studying Stefanski, but I mean, but no. Shots fired. No, but yeah, I think that's what he's doing. He's trying to get a closer look because he's supposed to play a head coach in an upcoming TV series. So I think that's a good look that he's doing his homework and everything, trying to see what it looks like up close. So
you don't think it had anything? You don't think it had anything to do that he's a Colorado U alumni?
Yeah, I saw that. He also went to the same with Showdawg. So I think that's pretty fire too. That might definitely have some influence as to why he chose the Browns, to go and observe them. And he want to get close to the superstars. Showdawg, the stars are aligning for my man Showdawg. So I would want to be around the Magic too if I was him. That's where I would go, where the Magic is.
Okay, Brian, what's your thoughts on this?
Doesn't bother me one way or another. There's a lot of celebrities, believe it or not, that show up to Browns training camps and stuff. I've met Brad Paisley there. I've seen Drew Carey there. It's just one of those things. It was like, it's another fan. Just because you're a celebrity, it doesn't cut you out for being a super fan and stuff. So the fact that he's at our training camp, hanging out with us, it's a blessing and everything, hey, we got a movie superstar here, a TV show and that, but he could have brought Ice-T with him,
For real.
Don't.
Yeah, you're right.
Dun.
Dustin. Go ahead, D.
Well, he's on a crime show. I think he's investigating why the hell the quarterback order is what it is with the Cleveland Browns right
Pow,
now.
pow, pow. More shots fired.
That's the part.
He's got to do some investigative reporting. I mean, obviously we know Joe Flacco's quarterback 1, but man, you got to shake up those dice going the other way. It should be Shador 2, Dylan Gabriel 3, and Kenny Pickett with a trade with another NFL team.
Right.
Okay. I like that take, D. Mr. Hazmat, what's your thought?
Well, my thought is that
Right.
You saying he's a Colorado alum. He is investigating what's going on with Shador Sanders. He had to get a closer look. But no, it is reported, like she said, that he is going to be playing an NFL coach in a Hulu film that's upcoming. And the title is tentatively titled 17 Sundays.
Okay.
But, so he is out here, and the fact that he does have connections to Colorado, then maybe he's trying to do some Detective Elliot Stabler investigation. Detective Elliot Stabler in the building, ladies and gentlemen, trying to figure out what the hell going on with the quarterbacks.
I love it.
Sweet.
Wait. We're not allowed to have this much fun. All right, go ahead, Tim. Bring us back. Bring it back, Tim. Bring it back.
All right. Well, I think it's both. I think it's partly because he was partly raised in Westerville, so he may have grown up like a Browns fan, and then also I think it's about Shador too, because stars attract stars.
Boom.
You don't when you see the Jack Nicholsons at the Lakers games and Spike Lee at the Knicks. It's like because historically they had stars, star power on those teams, and so stars attract stars. I think that there is a Shador factor that plays a part in this.
Okay. Hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta take this. Hold on. I got some hot off the press. Go ahead. Y'all not gonna believe this. Okay. All right, thanks.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups. The police who investigate crime.
Y'all not gonna believe this. Joe Flacco has been named the starting quarterback.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Right. Voila.
Surprise.
The reaction that I'm getting from y'all, that's the reaction that I had was like, when I heard it, I was like, well, gee, thanks, Captain Obvious. I think the whole world knew that. I guess, so the question I have, is anybody surprised? Is anybody surprised? Right, go ahead, Dustin. You surprised, Dustin?
No, I mean, look, I got my Joe Flacco framed jersey behind me here, for crying out loud.
Nice.
I knew 3 months ago he was going to be the starter. And here's the truth. Here is the truth that needs to be told. Shador may very much be the guy in the future, but the last thing you want to do is rush a guy that may not be 100% ready and ruin him as a quarterback. So if he can step behind a veteran and learn the speed of the game, and people they tend to forget Patrick Mahomes didn't start week 1, folks, and he's considered the greatest quarterback in the NFL. So give this kid some time. Both of them. Again, we don't know what Dylan Gabriel will become, but you know what? Joe Flacco knows how to run Kevin Stefanski's offense in his sleep, and I think he gives us the best shot to win the game week 1 against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay. DJ, was you surprised?
No, I wasn't surprised. It's what I expected. I mean, the Browns want to try to recreate that magic from 2023. That 6-game stretch with Joe Flacco had a passer rating of 88.5, threw for 1,900 yards, 14 TDs. He did throw 10 interceptions, though. So
yeah, he did.
Hopefully, with him having a full OTA and training camp, maybe that will affect, the turnover department. He can maybe, because he came in off the couch. And so this time he's got a chance to really work with the team and really, really get comfortable in this offense. I know. So Jerry Jeudy can probably shine this year. David Njoku was certainly ecstatic about Joe being the starter. And like they said, like I'm pulling for Shedeur Sanders to be the quarterback of the future, but I agree. I don't think we should throw him to the wolves, especially not in Cleveland, man. It's just too toxic to throw a rookie in there right away. The fans are already split on the sides of, we already we've been going through that over and over and over again. And let's just stop the insanity. Let's develop a quarterback the right way, and they can learn from watching this 18-year veteran, former Super Bowl MVP, do his thing week in and week out. So I think it'll benefit both rookies, depending on whichever way they want to go. They'll be better off after watching Joe Flacco, and hopefully we'll catch lightning in a bottle and see what happens.
Yeah.
You brought up an interesting point that I didn't even think of, because I didn't forget. I don't know why, but you're right. The last time he was here, he came in off the couch. So a whole preseason and training camp. But then again, wait a minute. Didn't he have all that last year in Indianapolis? How did that turn out? But anyway,
but everybody doesn't work in every city.
Right,
so
right.
You got to find the fit.
Yes, sir. Tim, what you got?
I'm not surprised at all, and I think it's the wisest thing to do. Not just for Shedeur's development, but for the overall team's development. If you bring Shedeur in midseason, you're going to look at an offense that's probably more gelled together, a better offensive line, and also a defense that's probably better gelled in the sense that they can give the offense more opportunities to be on the field. I think that it's just a two-way street. Allows Shedeur the time to kind of learn the offense kind of under Flacco, because I'm not even considering Dylan Gabriel as an option as a second string. That's just my opinion. But I'm thinking if you give the offense, like the team at large, time to gel over those weeks, I think that would give Shedeur a better opportunity on top of the time that he's allowed to develop himself.
Okay, great answer. Brian, what's your
Not
thought?
surprised at all. I knew the second that they signed him that he was going to be our starter right away. Didn't know the next direction of where they were going to go. When they signed Kenny Pickett, I went, why?
Absolutely.
I was just like, why? I hope he's the trade bait, and I hope he's the person out. He hasn't really looked good. He's been injured. Don't really know what we're going to get from him. Shedeur has been looking great. And what's amazing about Shedeur is not only has he looked great, but he's been great in the media too. I mean, he's been answering the questions right. He's been doing it mature. He's still having fun. He doesn't have that cocky little attitude or whatever that like Baker kind of exhibited a little bit, going off on reporters and that. And Dylan Gabriel, I watched him in practice when we were up there for training camp for President's Weekend, and he's left-handed, so he rolls out, and he's got big DeJuan Jones in his face, and it's kind of hard for him to get around him. He had a lot of incomplete passes, a lot of passes that we were going, why are you throwing that?
Just too
So I really think that they'll start Flacco for a few weeks, maybe until like the Vikings game or so, and then we'll see what our record is at that point. And then they may just end up going, okay, next man up. Let's see what you got. Because if none of them work out, we got 2 number ones to figure out something next year.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, middle.
Yeah, not surprised at all. What's crazy is, of all of these young bloods running around here, the OG is the most durable on the team. He's the one that's held up and stayed in shape. His size is great, and he throws a beautiful football.
Yeah,
guys, I like watching Flacco play ball. I mean, I get sad in my heart when he throws an interception. But I'm just saying, when he's dropping them, he's dropping some nice passes, and they're really pretty. So I like watching him play. And again, he's the veteran, so yeah, of course, let the young bloods learn from him. Let Shedeur, get all he can get out of this season. I mean, whatever reps he can get while he's learning is great, because that's going to get everybody excited. People come to see him, they want to see more of him. I want to see more of him, but Flacco's like, he's our guy for now. Like, I figure like at least the first 6-7 games they're gonna run him. And that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great answer.
Can I chime in with one more thing that I saw at training camp?
Absolutely.
So while we were up there, Shador Sanders is sitting next to Flacco. Flacco, while they're sitting on the sideline together, he's doing like little movements. Flacco is with his hands and stuff. And Shador is eating it up. And he's like imitating what he's seeing and doing with his hands. Dylan Gabriel is just walking around with his helmet off, not even paying attention. Those things speak volumes when it comes to learning a system or learning the NFL. He's going to catch it on faster. And I'm wondering Saturday who's going to prevail and look great and who's going to look like a dud. That those things like that. Listening to Flacco, his experience. He's a Super Bowl and he's an MVP. He's literally somebody you listen to. And for Shador, like I said, to sit there and absorb everything he was saying and emulating it, and then watching Dylan Gabriel just walk off like he didn't really care spoke volumes to me.
Wow.
Yeah, it gives you a question to see who actually is operating in entitlement at that camp between the two.
Yeah, and it's interesting, and obviously, Brian, I was there with you. I also saw a lot of plays where I was like, Dylan Gabriel, that's a sack. That's a sack. That's a sack. They kind of just they didn't come after him because it's training camp. And I'm just like, yeah, but, and just not to get too far off topic here, but the game didn't look too big for Shador Sanders when he got his opportunity under the lights to go out there and play. It looked like the game wasn't too fast for him. The moment wasn't too big. And what's impressive about that is he had the least amount of reps out of all these guys. And then to be able to go out there and do that on the field speaks volumes to what you were saying, Brian. He's absorbing every little thing he can. And this, Ray, there was a person that came through that drive-through at the KFC, and that clip kind of went viral where he was like, man, you're better than Flacco, da-da-da-da. And the guy goes, no, Flacco's my boy. Don't talk about him like that. And he shut that down. So to your point, Brian,
I believe he said Flacco ain't ish.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
But Shador shut that down real quick and said, no, that's my guy. Right. And I think that speaks volumes. And by the way, what he's done in the community here in Cleveland with the folks that got burned out in that community, go out there and just spend God knows how much money on a party for 4 hours just to give those people a smile on their face. And the things he's doing, he is okay, don't speed in Strongsville. I know that. I live around here, but he'll learn. Don't speed in Strongsville. But other than that, he's been a model student.
Yeah.
I think he's really poised when he speaks in front of media. What I love about him, he seems void of self-doubt, and he seems almost impenetrable when it comes to anyone trying to assert doubt against him in any form or fashion. He's just as cool as a fan. He seems like he's been here before, in this position before as a quarterback. I hope the best for him. I think he's this generation's Ali and Michael Jordan. I think that's what he can do for the NFL if they will just allow him to be.
Okay. So next up. Now this is a feel-good story. At first I wasn't gonna bring it up, but how can you not have a feel-good story? So basically, Joe Petonio has been donating over 100. He's had over 100 blood donations for children, and basically he said that if I can't do it for the kids, that's going to be a big part of my legacy. So, and it's not really a question, but is anybody surprised that Big Joe is doing something like this? Because when I read it, I was like, well, look at him, happy-go-lucky, jolly guy. I mean, he just seems like that kind of guy. Brian, what do you think? You think he's doing it for likes, or do you think this is really who Joel is?
I really think that's who Joel is. I met him at Joe Thomas's Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And, I just walked up to him, hey, you're going to be next in the Hall of Fame. How you doing? I'm a fan. I started to walk off, and he's like, hey, come over here, man. Let's talk a little bit. Let's have a picture or something like that. And I was just like, okay, cool. So I took a little selfie with him and stuff, and we talked for a few minutes, and I asked him how the offensive line. So it seemed like just from that interaction, he's genuine. He could have been like, yeah, great, we're going to have a good seat or whatever, and then brushed me off and let me walk away. But he called me back, and I think that was really, really cool. So, yeah, I think that may be someone of who he is.
Okay. Middle.
Look at that face. Look at that face. I think it's real. I think it's real. Like some people just have something about them, an aura about them.
Right.
And he's a teddy bear. I mean, not just because of his size. You said how many? 100 donations?
Over 100 blood, over 100 blood donations.
Of his own blood?
Yeah.
And
Wow.
over a span of how much time? Why he's still so big? No.
Just being silly now. Over.
Hey, no, I love Joe Batonio though. Like, I think he's precious. I think he's genuine.
Giving up blood by the buckets.
Maybe I need to clarify. It was over the course of five years.
Yeah,
Oh,
you said
okay,
go
okay.
that. Yeah, you just like
Because I'm like, I donate blood, but I'm like,
full
dude.
of buckets of blood, you know. Bloodbath, Batonio.
Justin, bring some sanity back to the show.
Well, Ray, we've got to spend some time with Joe Batonio. As you know, he was at the Taste of Browns last year for the food bank.
Right.
He's a huge community guy. He does stuff for the UH hospital here for the kids that unfortunately are going through some pretty tragic things at the UH hospital, Rainbow Babies. He
Nice.
donates his cleats to kids. This guy is a community guy. There's a lot more out there that I see just because of where I work that he does. He's a big community guy. And you guys may not know this, but some of you do. I came from Boise, Idaho, and the Boise State Broncos. I believe the entire workout facility at University of Nevada, Reno is named after him now. So he is a big give back to the community guy. That is Joe Batonio, front and center. That's who he is as a person.
Okay. Hazmat.
I mean, you love to hear it, man. You know, especially a guy that was drafted and is gonna play his career here. Hopefully, retire from Cleveland. That he does that, and you said, is he doing it for clicks? Who goes and gives blood for clicks? I know people go give plasma to get some money when they kind of down on their luck. They go give some blood to get some money. But I don't want to draw. I'm gonna be a little too squeamish to be giving up my blood, especially for the amount of times that he has.
Yeah.
So that's very noble of him, and you know, it's always good to hear that when you hear about guys like him, because you know that is an example in the locker room for others and for the young players, and you know to know that we have guys like that in the locker room that the young players could come and look up to. You know, it helps add to the culture of what we're trying to do here in Cleveland. So I applaud him.
That's you know, I was going to add to that. You think about 100 times that he's went in for blood over 5 years. That's still every other week he's going in and giving blood. That's a lot. I mean,
that is a lot.
Crazy.
I mean, when there's 52 weeks in the year, that means he literally is probably on a schedule to go in every other week and do this. Like that's part of his daily life, doing that for the kid.
Wow. It's crazy because I can't even give blood. You guys know that?
Who's that can't?
I do know.
I can't, Brian. Yeah, because if I give blood, 5 people have to go to rehab.
Yeah, bring us back to sanity, Tim. What's up, Tim? Oh, man.
Said 5 people. I think. Well, I met Joe Batonio when we went up to the uniform reveal.
Time out.
What's that?
I just realized you was with me.
Yeah, I was with you.
You're right. He was in his rookie year.
Yeah.
And I was thinking back, and I was like, and then you said it. Me and you were together.
We were together. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that before you stole my thunder, but that's okay. No, but I was just going to say, just in that brief introduction, he felt genuine. You know, his energy felt genuine. And I don't think that it's for clicks at all. Like the DJ said, it's like who donates that much blood or any blood at all for clicks? It just doesn't make any sense. But I think that what I love about the position of a lot of these guys when they have this platform, the stage, is finding out their different niches and the capacities they want to serve the community and the way they want to help the society and bless people. I think they all find a unique way to give, and this is an amazingly unique way. I've never heard of such a thing. Is anyone giving vats of blood away like that? So, I just think it's awesome. And I think he should give it as long as he can.
Outstanding. So, all right, so check this out real quick, y'all. So the Saints and the Colts have been rumored to really need a quarterback. So my question to the panel, and that's all of y'all. Well, I guess we know who Cody want to trade. So I guess my question to the panel is, who do you think we should trade? So Cody has Kenny Pickett. Put me down for Kenny Pickett. Who you got middle?
I got Pickett as well. I don't want Steelers leftovers.
Okay, who you got? Who you got, Tim?
I want to bundle Pickett and Gabriel.
Right, who you got, DJ?
Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastard!
Yeah.
Yeah, man, get Kenny, buy Kenny. You know what I'm saying? Kenny Pickett he can go. You know what I mean? I don't. He's done nothing in the training camp or the preseason
or in his career.
Come get Kenny. I'll help him pack his bags.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, don't even pack. We will ship your belongings to you.
Right. Kenny Two Gloves.
Or hit you with a good horse. Bye, Kenny.
Bring it on home, Dustin. Bring it home.
I've been saying this for 3 months. It makes complete sense. He came from the Philadelphia Eagles. His offensive coordinator was Kellen Moore. The head coach at New Orleans is Kellen Moore. He already knows the offense. He goes there. It's the right fit, and he can go to a place that the coach knows him and is familiar with his offense. DJ Hasman, we just talked about this. Just because Flacco didn't work out in Indianapolis, he clearly can run Kevin Stefanski's offense. And by the way, it might be a great fit for him. And then, by the way, maybe send us a cornerback or a wide receiver in return for that quarterback. That'd be great.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny!
And as far as me, Kenny can go. I didn't like the pick. I didn't like us getting him. I hated it. But in this odd chance that he actually makes the team, in my Amazon cart right now is those little small hands so my club can start clapping if he actually gets into the game.
All right, so right now we're gonna pause. Our producer has something special from DJ Hazmat. We're gonna play that. We're gonna play that right now.
Yeah. What up, Browns fans? DJ Hazmat here. It's been a minute. Did you miss me? I missed you. I had to jump back in and let you know how I feel about this quarterback situation. Check it. Yeah. I'm sick of this quarterback competition talk. Media narrative, fan division walk. Debating on who the Browns are starting with. Emotions invested up in that argument. Out of 4 QBs, who be the better man? Some say play the rookies, some say the veterans. Flacco, Pickett, Dylan, Showdawg. Who you picking, that's your opinion for sure. A lot of folks are rooting for 12 to be the guy, me included. Who knew jersey sales would be this high if they colluded to send them where quarterbacks go to die? The devil is a lie, I rebuke it. Heard he was set up for failure, sabotage to throw him away. I laughed at Stephen A, that was the joke of the day. What he did in Carolina was just a subtle reminder behind the scenes. Trust me, the Browns know he can play. Hey, just let it play out, player. You know we gon' see Dylan Gabriel out there. Some say Dylan better than Sanders, I'm not aware. Got Auntie them screaming it's not fair. Auntie, take your time, what's the rush? Eventually he'll be the dog, Auntie trust. Let them take their time, ain't no rush. Sanders will be the dog, haters hush. He gonna be the dog, haters hush. An impressive performance against the Panthers. Sanders looked apart, he was calm under pressure. Escaped the pocket, threw some darts. Cleveland fans impatient as ever. They want the Rook to start. I want him as the franchise from downtown to Brook Park. For the Browns to look smart, finally laugh last and not be suckered in by some future fantasy draft class. With this anxious need to see him running with the ones. Get out the matrix, Cleveland, and start believing that he's the one. His father told you he is him, he been that dude. They tried to paint him as arrogant in with an attitude. You worried about that depth chart, I see the gratitude. Politely put a check on Tony Grossi without acting rude. Ignore the outside noise, let Kevin Stefanski coach. Cause after 40 quarterbacks, I demand a different approach. Instead of a rush to judgment, show patience, intelligence. They fumble this bag, I'm suing for gross negligence. Watching, learning from a vet is beneficial, ma'am. The question is, you want a goat or a sacrificial lamb? My hope is Cleveland sees him as their official man. A quote from Showdawg, on the field you know who I am. Take your time, what's the rush? Eventually he'll be the dog Auntie trusts. Let them take their time, ain't no rush. Sanders will be the dog, haters hush. He gonna be the dog, haters hush.
Okay.
Oh, dope.
Bars. Okay, bars and arms. I'm about to drive to the ATL. Sorry.
All right, so keeping it moving. Arch Manning was also in the news. He basically well, let me back up. Archie, the grandfather, had basically said he was coming out in 2 years. And so when they interviewed Arch, he basically said, yeah, I don't know nothing about that. I guess he was basically saying, I might come out next year or whatever. So my question is to the panel, do you think he should come out next year or wait, or what do you think he should do? Dustin, I'm gonna let you go first.
Well, the NFL over the last several years has shown that the quarterbacks that have had the most play and the most games have been the most successful coming into the NFL. The NFL has a problem with the way they bring quarterbacks in, and they ruin a lot of these guys because they aren't ready to play in the National Football League. So if I was him, I'd stay in for another year. It'd probably be good for him. And by the way, the endorsements he'll get by staying another year, he'll make more on his NIL deals than he will on a rookie contract. So, and it'll probably better prepare him from the National Football League as well. So no, I think he should stay. And all these rumors that Cleveland's trying to position themselves for next year, I'm tired of kicking the can to the next year and getting another quarterback. Just stop. If Sanders is got the it factor, you have 2 first-round draft picks to add to these players. That's great that you can bring in 2 great players probably in the first round. I'm done trying to pick into the future and coulda, woulda, shoulda. That never has worked for the last 26 years for the Cleveland Browns.
Okay. What you got, Hazmat?
Hey, if I'm him, hell no, I ain't coming out to the NFL next year. That NIL money, like Dustin said, he gonna get paid. He's already rich because of his family. I mean, like, enjoy your college life for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? The NFL is still gonna have him ranked as the #1 pick whenever he's ready to come out because of his name. I mean, he only played 2 games, passed for damn near 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. I mean, we know he's good, and if he's got that in his bloodline. And I just think, didn't Jimmy Haslam say he wasn't coming out though? Doesn't Jimmy Haslam have ties to Tennessee like that? But I have to say this: isn't it a double standard though? They are ready to anoint Arch Manning because of his family name. But the complete opposite is happening for Shedeur Sanders. Arch had his uncles, Peyton, Super Bowl rings, him and Eli. Peyton's a Hall of Famer. His granddaddy, Pop Archie, was in the NFL. And so he gets all the favor because of these names. But Shedeur gets no favor for his legendary pops. So I just find that a little bit ironic.
Or his legendary college career. Like, they act like this man didn't change 2 college programs completely around. Like, Colorado was a train wreck when he got there.
Yeah.
And so we're really, like he's saying, we're ready to anoint Arch Manning, and he's done really nothing but be a Manning. There is a double standard. I hate to see it that way, but I do believe that when there's a tough course, there's a greater victory. And so I think that's where Shedeur sits right now. And it's up to him to pin his own history, and build upon his father's legacy.
Wow. That was kind of poetic. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got, Brian? What you got, Brian? Wait, I need y'all to stay on point.
All right.
We
So,
talk
like
about art.
Dustin said, he's going to have a lot of NIL money coming next year, but he's not guaranteed to be the number one pick next year. He needs a whole college season ahead of him, and he's going to have to do great. The thing that's going to hurt him next year is it's a really, really strong quarterback class coming out. And he's going to want to follow in his uncle's footsteps because both of them were number one overall draft picks. A lot of people forget that Eli was the number one overall pick, even though that trade with Phillip Rivers. So he's not guaranteed to be the number one pick next year because if those quarterbacks, like the guy from LSU, Nasmia, whatever his name is, and the kid from Clemson, a few other ones, if they ball out next year, he's not guaranteed the number one. So he's going to stay in. He's going to make sure that he balls out next year, and he's probably going to stay in another year after that to make sure that he's the number one quarterback coming out in 2027. And he's going to fall back on his NIL money. He's going to fall back on the Manning name. You know, Cooper is no slack. His dad, I mean, he's making money. You know, believe it or not, he's pretty funny when he does those little skits on Fox or whatever he was doing. So yeah, he's not coming out next year.
Okay. What you got, Middle?
I'm with Brian because I was looking at this this mock draft that they were doing, and he would have been like coming out this next year would have been a overall, like a number one overall, but there's like 5 QBs in the top like 10, 11 picks. That's kind of some competitive. So I mean, like you said, like hanging back another year, maybe even again. This NFL, man, it's going faster and faster and faster every year, and it's so unpredictable. So I mean, I think it's smart to stay where he is, stay healthy. All he's gonna do is get a little better. He's still young, so take your time. What's the rush?
Hey, can I add something to that? Because y'all saying he's not gonna be the number one pick, but what other quarterbacks threw for almost 1,000 yards in 2 games though? If he's averaging almost 1,000 yards in 2 games,
who they play in those 2 games?
Oh, good question.
They're not gonna care because his last name is Manning. They're just gonna look at those numbers, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying if he's gonna play like that and be throwing for close to between 400 and 500 yards a game, I mean, I would believe that he would probably
be like the overall next year and the following year.
He'd be the odds-on favorite to be the number one pick when he decides to come out.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's change gears a little bit and go to and get away from the Shador talk. So rumor has it that Dustin Hopkins is no longer in favor at the Browns.
Bye-bye.
And it always seems like we have kicker problems, then we get a kicker and he lights out, and then something happens to him. So I guess my question to the panel is: should we give up? Should we give up on Dustin, or should we go somewhere else?
Give up.
Go ahead. DJ, I'm gonna let you dissect that question first.
Dustin doesn't need to kick any more field goals for the Browns. What he needs to kick is rocks.
For real. Bye-bye.
His head is his. You know, once kickers get messed up in the head and their confidence gets shook. It happened to Justin Tucker. He was the greatest kicker we had seen, right? And then all of a sudden he just fell off a cliff and started missing field goals. And once they start doing that and it gets in their head, it seems like they can't. It's hard for them to correct that and get back to being consistent. So he's in his head. He can't even make extra points. Things are just going bad. I don't even think a fresh start is going to help him. So I wouldn't want to go back out there with him if he can't even. We can't rely on him to make an extra point. Like that's going to cost us games. So I say get him up out of here.
Okay, Brian, what you think?
Who we got right now to replace him?
Good question.
That's the question. So they bring a kicker in. Hopefully, they're not bringing Cade York back because that guy can't even hit anything at all. But I don't know who they have to replace him. Have we signed a kicker? Do we have other kickers on the roster that are like showing out? Are we going to end up getting one in free agency? Until there is somebody there who's going to kick it and who's going to compete with them. So I don't know if they're going to per se get rid of him, but they bring somebody in and he's doing a lot better than him. Then yeah, Dustin's on his way out, and then Isaiah Bond can get his number 7 back.
Hey.
Okay. What's your thoughts, Dustin?
Well, I hope they don't get rid of me. No, just kidding. No. Here's the problem. The Browns have a really bad habit of doing fully guaranteed contracts. I'm pretty sure Dustin Hopkins on a fully guaranteed contract. You can't get rid of him. I mean, that's a real thing. I mean, we can look it up, but I don't think you can just go get rid of him. So I kind of think, unless to Brian's point, if we have somebody that we can replace him with, we got to pay the bag on this guy. I think we got him under a contract for 1 more year. So I think, love it, hater, I think he's going to be kicking for us because he's under a guaranteed contract. And if you cut him, that's a big old dead cap hit. And we all know
over $5.5 million. Yeah, over $5.5 million cap hit.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Good point, D. What you think about that, Timothy?
I think that we don't care too much about kickers until they suck. We never talk about them. We never talk about drafting them. They're never mentioned until they suck. Over his career, Hopkins' career is about 88% a field goal rate, but he misses clutch field goals, and you just can't miss extra points. You can't. Those are gimme points that you just when you start to have to wonder, well, should we go for 2? Then it's time to start questioning whether it's time to replace a field goal kicker. But like you said, we are locked in with him for another year. But I think it is time to start looking really, really seriously for one that we can count on. Because as it gets later in the season, when the games count a little bit more, especially when you get into the postseason, you absolutely, and especially in our division, need a kicker you can count on, like the Ravens have for so many years.
Okay. And by the way, that kicker is out there now too.
Is he?
You never heard the story. Well, wait. We'll get the last person's comment, and then we'll tell you. Dustin, tell Tim what happened. But go ahead, Middle. Go.
Well, this might show my lack of acumen. But weren't we just talking about earlier getting rid of Pickett? Like, I mean, what kind of trades are allowed to happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, get Charlie Brown. He's kicking like his equilibrium is off. I mean, like he's horrible. I'm like, I don't know. I'm with DJ Hazmat. Like, kick rocks. I mean, look how. Who else had a guaranteed contract of a whole bunch of money that's sitting somewhere right now that we ain't using?
Well, he didn't. His whole contract, only $8 million was guaranteed. He had a 3-year, $15.9 million extension. $8 million of it was guaranteed. So his whole contract wasn't guaranteed. A little more than half of it was.
Okay.
So if they had to get rid of him, I don't think that would be that big of a deal. I mean,
We need a kicker though, because I mean, like, look at all these quarterbacks, and we don't really know. Everything is so volatile with our quarterback room. Like, we're gonna need that, like, to change games for us. I don't know what we're gonna do, man.
Right. So
giving me anxiety.
So the word is everybody is shouting from the top of their lungs. Why don't we just give Quinshon Jenkins his money? But if you looked in the news these last couple of days, the Browns Browns and a couple of teams are putting out fillers for running backs. Mm-hmm. So what do y'all think about that? You think they're doing that to speed up the contract negotiations, or maybe the Browns heard something about a possible suspension coming down the pipe? What do y'all think's going on? Go ahead, DJ. I'm gonna let DJ go first today. I don't think he went first yet.
I don't really know what is going on because we're not getting a lot of news. You know what I'm saying? And as far as guaranteed contracts, it's like, what? Now you don't want to give out fully guaranteed contracts? It's like we've done that before. If that's the reason, I think. But if that is the reason, I do think that Quinshawn lost a little bit of his leverage finding himself in that domestic incident, even though he wasn't charged and the charges were dropped. It's still a bad look. So if when you come to the negotiating table trying to get a fully guaranteed contract with that on your resume, it's probably not going to work out. But I do hope it works out because we definitely need a running back of his caliber to replace what we had in Nick Chubb. So I hope they get it done because he is nice. So I do hope that they get it done and bring him on in so we can hit the ground running with him.
Brian, what you thinking?
Well, I hate to invoke his name, but you got to realize that we had a quarterback that had a fully guaranteed contract who had 0 charges stuck against him and still got suspended by the league for 11 games. I think they're waiting to see if there's going to be anything handed down because even though he wasn't charged, there is still that personal conduct suspension.
Yep.
And then you got to look at like what happened with that Stewart guy down here in Cincinnati. They weren't fighting over money; they were fighting over language. So we don't know exactly what the holdup or why, because we're not really getting a lot of information, like Hazmat said. So I'm just going to wait out and see what happens with it. It just makes losing Nick Chubb that much more harder because I'm watching him the other night in the game again with Houston, and he's actually looking halfway decent.
Okay. What you got, Tim?
Well, I just lost my train of thought. Come back to me.
What you got?
I had something to say.
What you got, Dustin?
Well, first and foremost, there was a running back at number 5. His name is Ashton Genty that the Browns could have taken.
Oh.
And I don't know if you guys saw him running against the San Francisco 49ers the other night. He was running with violence, and he's averaging 7.2 yards now. But I digress. Here's the problem. Mike Hall got his charges dropped to Clifton's point and still got like a 6-game suspension. I think the NFL is going to suspend him for multiple games because of the evidence in the police report. It's not pretty. Second, I did want to go back. We have Andre Schmidt. I might be mispronouncing this. We have another kicker. He actually came in the game, preseason game. By the way, he was the 2018 Lou Groza Award winner as a kicker in college. So he's got some street cred to him. So there is that. But I think it's more about what the league's going to do. I don't think it has anything to do with guaranteed money. I don't think it has to do anything about a contract. I think there's going to be some kind of suspension come down, and they got to go find themselves a damn running back. And they need one because we're playing the AFC North, and we got to run. And they got to find somebody to complement what we have. Toa was released today, so we released a running back today. So clearly, we're shopping for one.
Okay. Tim. Tim gone. Go ahead, Metal.
Oh no, I was just checking the news out on it, and I'm like, yeah, the NFL's going to run their investigation, and he probably is going to get about 6 games suspension. That's just my prediction. I'm guessing he's going to, because they got to protect reputation. They can't set one precedent with other players and then not follow suit with him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But technically, he's not even an employee yet because he's not even signed. So, can you suspend an unsigned player that's technically not an employee yet?
So what do you do? Do you just not sign him?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Do they sign him and then they suspend him knowing it? Or do they just say, well, we know he's going to get suspended for 6 games, so we're not going to suspend him and go through this again like we've done it twice now? It's just crazy the way it is right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, so last week we did talk about whether Quinshawn could be suspended or not. Yeah. And so I did some research. Once a player declares for the draft and speaks to the NFL or engages and becomes available to be employed by the NFL, then they fall under that and they can be suspended. So that is a fact. Yep. What I was going to say about Quinshawn Judkins, though, I believe he's absolutely going to serve some time. At the very least 2 weeks. That was what Ray Rice got initially. That was prior to them kind of coming down harder, and then it became after that it became about 6 to 7 weeks. So anywhere between 2 to 7 weeks, I would imagine, and I think that that's maybe what the Browns are waiting to see how much time, because if he's going to be gone almost half the season, I would be in the market for a running back myself that could fill kind of like the space that Quinshawn was going to fill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All of that made well. The last that I heard, the NFL was still conducting their investigation.
So, yeah, and it's a lot, and it's almost like criminal court versus civil court, where the NFL is a little less preponderance of the evidence to basically quote unquote convict, like the law would. So they're going to look at it. They're not going to need as much proof as the law would need to file criminal charges, but they just need enough proof to say, hey, like Brian kind of mentioned earlier, as far as the conduct, basically that the NFL would disapprove of.
Maybe the guy from Law and Order is in town to investigate that whole entire
there
thing.
You go.
Yeah, let's do it.
There we go.
Yeah, so if you participate in a pro day, the combine, or anything, once you do that or engage with any team of any kind, that's when you fall under that jurisdiction of the NFL for suspension.
Very good, as it should be.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so this one, Dustin kind of alluded to this, but I was watching the show the other day, and basically they were saying when Showdawg was in, he looked like he was calm, he was under control, whereas it looked like Dylan was playing for a backup role. So my question to the panel. Do you agree with that or disagree or whatever? Let's go with you first, Dustin, since you brought it up.
Yeah, I think it should be the reverse order. Obviously, it's Joe Flacco, and then it should be Shedeur Sanders, and it should be Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett if he's not traded, because he has not seen live action in training camp most of camp, and he hasn't played one preseason game. I don't think you should anoint somebody and just automatically make them the number 2 on the depth chart. That's silly to me.
Okay.
Right on, Dustin. Right on.
Okay, Middle, what's your thoughts? You agree with Dustin, man? You go somewhere else?
I'm in the same order that Dustin's in. Same order. Ditto what Dustin said.
Okay, but that wasn't the question, though.
What's the question? Get back at it.
The question was, does Shedeur look more game ready? And Dylan Gabriel looks like he's playing for a backup role.
So I know it's just preseason, but Shedeur looks like he belongs. And it's interesting to me because I work in management, right? And I have a team that I coach. I have to do so many coaching. I have to coach everybody every month, and I have to coach each player on my team several times a week. They even call us quarterbacks. I mean, I work in banking, but as a manager, I'm a coach. And it's interesting because when I'm interviewing new people to come and be a part of the team, I actually go to the team and see who they like. And I think it's interesting that they don't look at that a little bit deeper. Like, who do the players like? Like, watch the camaraderie on the sideline. Watch when you see #12 on the sideline with #95 and look at their dialogue and their banter. Like, who are they getting behind? Because that chemistry is going to mean a lot. So I'm 100% rooting for Shedeur because he is so comfortable. He belongs. I believe the stars are going to align for him, and I can't wait. All
right, what you got, Brian?
From what I've seen in training camp, I've got Flacco 1. I think Shedeur is number 2. Dylan Gabriel is 3, and Kenny Pickett can go kick rocks. But if he's still on the team, then I think he's number 4, as Dustin said. He hasn't even done anything. Mm-hmm. And to bring up your point, I firmly believe culture trumps everything, and you have to set the culture and the tone in that locker room and on that field. And Shedeur has done that. Not even so much as, everybody coming up and talking to him, but like I said earlier, like him absorbing and listening to everything and going and watching Joe Flacco talk about these routes and him emulating these routes while I'm watching Kenny Pickett can't even complete a pass, and I'm watching Dylan Gabriel bounce or take sacks or not even being watching stuff like that, it speaks volume. So yeah, Shador has already proven enough to be the backup to me right now.
Okay.
Right on.
Okay. What you got, Hazmat?
Well, it's interesting to me that a lot of the analysts and people that I see on TV try to big up, they're trying to sell us on this Dylan Gabriel situation.
Yeah.
Even to the point of I've seen Dan Orlovsky say that Dylan Gabriel had a better tape than Shedeur Sanders in those 2 preseason performances. And I'm like, how, when he threw a pick 6 and fumbled the ball?
Yeah.
So they're really trying to sell us. And I really do think that, like, you know where I stand based on the song that was played. But because they drafted him in the 3rd round and ahead of Shedeur, I do feel there's an element of Andrew Berry wanting to be right about that decision. And so that's the reason why I think they will probably have Dylan ahead of Shedeur, because it's going to make Andrew Berry look bad to a certain extent. I mean, it's like, it's kind of a win-win, lose-lose situation for him. It's like, okay, if Shedeur ends up being the guy, then why did you ever pick Dylan Gabriel in the first place? So I think they want to try to prove that they were right in picking Dylan. And a lot of people are trying to big him up like he looks great. And I'm like, I don't understand. Only Cleveland would look a gift horse in the mouth and treat it like a donkey. All things being equal, even if he can play, I'm rolling with Shedeur because of everything else that comes with it. And like my man Tim said, it's about how he interacts, or like Brown Sugar Mama said, how he interacts with the players, what do the players want? How do they respond to him? How is he relating to Joe Flacco? Like Brian said, what he witnessed in training camp, how Dylan is not even seeming like he's trying to absorb whatever he can from the veteran that they're going to be watching this season. So, and that whole thing with him saying entertainers versus competitors, he's not even media savvy. He's already making mistakes talking to the media and causing setting fires in that situation. So and Shedeur got that down pat. He understands how to conduct himself on and off the field. It's already evident. People need to just, can we stop with he was a 5th round pick? We know what he was supposed to be. Yeah. Why can't we just treat him as such? Yeah. And thank the football gods that we got him in the 5th round and just go with that. Like, let's focus on getting him prepared to be the guy moving forward. I don't get this, man. It's just nothing against Dylan Gabriel. If he can play, fine. Not here.
Here.
All right, Tim, bring us on home.
I hate to keep talking about Dylan Gabriel. It's starting to make me itch. He's just a tiny itty bitty little guy. He doesn't belong in the NFL. If you take Shedeur and put him on the Oregon Ducks the year that Gabriel played, it's no question what he does there. There's no question. But if you take Dylan Gabriel and put him in Colorado's still the train wreck they were. Period. This guy doesn't belong here. I hate the pride that the Browns are displaying with this, the way they're moving, because all in all, they wasted a 3rd round pick. We need linebacker. We need defensive back depth. We need linemen, actually. So I think Andrew Berry, it's about him saving face. He blew a 3rd round pick. He wasted it. And I think he's just dragging out so that the impact, because the more time that happens between the blowing that pick and when Shedeur actually takes, if it's 8 games out, when the months go by, it won't seem so connected. The time will have washed that feeling away, that residue that he left by bungling that pick. And that's what I believe it is, because if he does it now, it'll be more immediate, like, I blew this. But if time goes by and Shedeur comes in as a savior, that feeling that we have about that wasted pick, well, it kind of ebbed away over time. And I think that's what they're banking on, because they blew it. And I don't know why they're so embarrassed by that, because they've blown things for decades. Like, nobody's surprised by it. I grew up watching them blow things. You know, with the Schottenheimers, prevent defense and let Elway just walk all the way down the field on them over and over again. Things like that. It's like we're used to it. Finally, we have something that looks promising, and we can't even enjoy that. Like at least, I mean, we have a little bit of hope, and you just want to douse that out. I just don't understand it. I'm starting to wonder. In my background, it's like, is this psychological warfare? After a while,
For
I'm
real.
starting to feel a little bit abused.
Yes.
By the way they're handling not just them, but the way they handle us. And I want to make this comparison. When you watch Shador, when he responds to the media, even responding to what Dylan Gabriel had to say, it doesn't faze him at all. And the reason why it doesn't faze him at all is
Yep.
because he belongs there. It phases the fans because we're the ones responding emotionally because we're not professional quarterbacks.
Mhm.
But Dylan Gabriel responded like a fan when he made that suggestion between competitor and entertainer. That was the response of a fan.
Mhm.
And so that's where he should be sitting in the stands with us.
Right.
Well, let me just
In the
say this
stands,
real quick,
not
though.
Woo.
I wouldn't consider the pick a waste because they had no intentions of drafting Shador at 3, and 2, they nobody knew that Shador was still going to be there at 5. So
That's
they would have
correct.
so
But
I
what I'm
guess
saying is this: it is a wasted pick because you got someone that you can't use. And a third round pick is very valuable. Very valuable. It's not about Shador. It's just if you take Shador out of the equation, he's not even on the Browns roster. Gabriel was a wasted pick at 3. Period. He just was. And they can kind of shape this however they want. But if you're a wise super fan, you know better. That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
and with
So-
that, our hour is up, man. You know what? I could go a whole nother hour with this.
I thought we was gonna talk about Isaiah Bond.
Oh, we got to get on him, man. I'm excited about him.
To make sure that we don't run out of topics, but as you can see, we done already went 7 minutes over our time. So, hey, I'm gonna have everybody right here. Just remember your faces. DJ, make sure you connect with Brian and y'all exchange information like y'all was talking about before. But hey, great show. Love y'all. We're gonna have to do this again. And as always, here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
Woo, woo.
Woo, woo.